and welcome to Autocar Pro. JSW MG has showcased a new platform, a multi-powertrain platform. And to talk more about it and more on JSW MG's plans for India, I have with me Mr. Anurag Mehrotra. Anurag, thank you so much for joining us today. All right, first question on ADAPT. What is the significance of this platform? Very rarely we have seen companies showcase just the platform. What is the significance of this platform? Why did you find it important enough to show us the technology today?
Yeah, I think it's, first of all, thank you for coming to the event. It's lovely to have all of you together. I think the MG Adapt is really the India's first multi-NEV powertrain platform. And the reason we wanted to showcase the platform first is because we believe this journey that India is making towards 2030, where we want 30% of the cars to be sold should come from new energy vehicles, so that it makes the country a little bit more energy secure. In order to get to that 30% mark, it is no one technology will get us there. It will be multiple technologies that will have to come together, primarily because the Indian consumers are different in different parts of the country, and they will have different needs from a mobility standpoint. Some of the customers who are early adopters of any new technology will straight away go to electric vehicles because the unit economics is just baffling. It's so good. There are some customers who may be traditionalists, which means they want to take very small step. They may take the route of a hybrid, which means either a hybrid or a plug-in hybrid, because they do not want any range anxiety getting associated. So Indian consumers are different in different parts. They need different solutions, and this is true in any product category, including automotive. So therefore we thought that it is very important that we first showcase the technology which is being brought to India, because it is a world-class technology. When you look at NEVs globally, they today account for about 33% of global sales. In less than 10 years, it will be 75%, which means ICE is going to come down dramatically, which means consumers are going to shift to new energy vehicles. And today, the four primary technologies that are available in new energy vehicles is first is BEV, of course. There is hybrid, there is plug-in hybrid, and recently you've started seeing the emergence of a technology called range extended EVs. And I'm extremely happy, and as an engineer, it brings a smile to my face, the fact that we've been able to bring all four technologies, integrate that into a single platform. And now all we have to do is make sure that depending on what technology consumers gravitate towards, we are able to just make top hats on it and become far more capital efficient. And at the same time, this platform is so beautifully engineered that it gives you greater range, far greater range, much faster charging because it has 400 and 800 volt architecture.
Okay.
And it will give me the ability to serve multiple customers in India, not just the EV owners.
Okay. It's very exciting that so many new types of hybrid products you are thinking about. But when we look at India right now, hybrids haven't really picked up much. So what's giving you the confidence that hybrid will be, you seem to be really, because of the products that we talked about, 3 of them are hybrids. So then how are you assessing Indian market and its hybrids position in the Indian market?
Yeah, I think it is a combination of factors. Even if you look at it globally, out of the 33% global sales of NEV vehicles, almost 16 to 18% is battery electric vehicles. So those will continue to be a dominant share in India as much as it is going to be in 2030. Even in 2030, out of the 6 million units that all of us are projecting, 30% will be new energy vehicles, which is 1.8 million. And of that 30%, almost 18 to 20% will be battery electric vehicles. And the rest will be hybrids, which will be split between plug-in hybrids and strong hybrids, as they are called.
So in volume terms, the hybrids percentage is expected to increase. Just if you look
That's right.
At
it's
volume.
going to increase, and
because right now it's the opposite.
Correct. Right now, the EV penetration is about 8%
Yeah.
We believe this 8 can go up to about 18 to 20%. And the hybrid, which is at about 4% will move up to about 12 to 15%.
Right now, hybrids do not, in most of the countries, barring some states here and there, hybrids don't get any benefit. Do you think this volume jump will happen despite that?
I think it is a function of 2 or 3 things. One is ensuring that the hybrids that we bring to the market are, first of all, suitable for the market. B, they address the TCO or total cost of ownership for the consumer. our hypothesis is that hybrids or plug-in hybrids, more importantly, plug-in hybrids will be the diesel disruptors. Because diesel consumers travel long distances, their vehicle acquisition cost is also higher than petrol. And the reason they buy a diesel is because the fuel economy is better on the diesel. If there is an alternate that is presented, which we believe could be the plug-in hybrid, that plug-in hybrid will give the unit economics of an EV because it's got a large battery and it's got a reasonably sized fuel tank. So your range anxiety is addressed because if the battery is over, the fuel tank will take over and your car will continue to drive. And the second thing is because 70% of your driving typically happens in cities, it will run on EV mode. So you will get the unit economics or cost benefit of an EV on running basis. So that to me would be the turning point where if we are able to establish the value proposition of the PHEV against a diesel, then the diesel market could gravitate and shift towards the plug-in hybrids. That's our going in hypothesis at the moment.
And on this platform, how soon, what is your product strategy? How soon can we expect the products to come in?
So the first one off the charts would be an EV, and very soon followed by that would be the plug-in hybrid. And the intent is to bring both these products within this financial year.
So for the success of hybrid, EV pricing we have more or less figured out. But for the success of hybrid, do you think there needs to be a focus on pricing it a little bit more aggressively?
I think it has to be the value proposition. Price is not a static piece. It is relative to a competitor or a surrogate that you identify. If we are able to pitch it,
so a competitor here is basically an EV, right? More or
necessarily.
Less. Or
like I said,
you identify it as diesel.
Correct. So the plug-in hybrids will not necessarily take from the EV because the EV consumer is a very different consumer. They are looking for straight unit economics of EV. They are very comfortable with technology, very focused on city, urban driving, occasionally going to like a Delhi, Jaipur and back, and that pretty much does it. But for the plug-in hybrid, the longer distances where consumers are driving, those are diesel consumers. Yeah. So in our mind, the proposition, if established really well against the diesel competitors in the market, that could create sort of the disruption that we are hoping it would create.
And when can we expect this range extender hybrid? Because we have heard about it, that it's coming to India from other players as well, but no action on the ground. What is your plan?
Yeah, so the range extended EV and the range extended EV and the solid strong hybrid. Those two we are currently studying. Depending on the business cases as they evolve, because these are at least the REV, which is very exciting a technology, because the fuel tank is very small and it is not used to generate or move the motors. What it is doing is generating electricity which charges the battery. So you are perpetually on a EV mode, and the range is almost limitless as a consequence. So that technology we are studying. We also need to understand the taxation around REVs. Once that becomes a little bit clearer, the good news is the platform is already engineered. So 80% of the work is pretty much done. Now, depending on how the business case settles, if it's going to be a good business case, both for the consumer and us, the ability to get the product will be pretty soon.
Okay, now I want to ask you about E20 because there's a lot of talks going on about E20. What is your assessment? Do you think because of this chatter about E20, people are shifting towards maybe say EVs?
I don't think it is driven too much by the E20 piece. It is driven more by the following things. One is, it is a clear message from the government that we have to become secure from an energy point of view. Second, the rising fuel costs clearly now have tilted the space towards EVs. So you are seeing in June, for example, all of you reported that EV penetration had hit all-time high of over 8%. And before the end of this calendar year, I'm very confident we will reach double digits if all goes well. I think the E20 debate is something that, at least my view is, we should take a little bit of a bigger picture view. Is it the right thing to do for the country? Absolutely. Is it the right thing to do to clean up our environment? Absolutely. Moving more cleaner fuels is the right way to go. There has to be a balance that has to be struck, and all OEMs, including us as well as the government is working to ensure that it is done in a balanced manner.
But have you seen, because there are
Our
a
car
lot.
park is much smaller because we started only in
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
So we haven't seen any impact so far. Like we were discussing the other day, Aster, a car that we launched in 23, already was E20 compliant back then as well. So one of the advantages of having technologies that are a little bit ahead of the curve, like MG Adapt that we are launching with all the 4 powertrains, is that it gets you a little bit more future ready relative to responding to a point in time opportunity that may exist.
Okay. Now, in your entire powertrain lineup, do you see space for diesel?
We have, as in Magister is a diesel car.
Yeah, but in
definitely.
your future strategy.
Our product plan today, if you look at CY25 or look at calendar year of 26 so far, almost 75-80% of our cars are new energy vehicles. And that is not going to change. We are crystal clear, the center of gravity of our sales and product and capex will be on new energy vehicles. 25% will remain, which will have ICE, and those would be opportunistic plays. If we find segments where we have a right to win, whether it is petrol or diesel, doesn't matter, we will bring those products to the market.
But, we both know that engines need a time and investment to develop. Are you at a stage where you are ready to commit more to diesel? Or you think diesel is something, because again, your hybrid is also competing with diesel. We see diesel in Indian market, though it's actually stable. So how are you understanding your strategy on diesel?
Yeah, so at this point of time, our product plan that we have for the next couple of years does not envisage another entry with a diesel powertrain. We believe that is a declining segment, and there are new energy vehicle solutions that are available which can deliver the value proposition to a consumer of a diesel without necessarily kind of impacting, as one may call, the environment.
And on segments, you have a Comet, then you have Aster, and now you have a higher end vehicle up till Magister. And I believe the next product is also going to be slightly bigger in size. What is your segment view? What segments do you think are exciting? What is your understanding of the entry level EV market from Comet?
Yeah, I think so today our range actually spans from 7 lakhs, which is Comet, to 80 lakhs now with the M9 and Select.
Yeah.
So we are probably one of the few OEMs who have a bandwidth from 7 lakhs to 80 lakhs. And we didn't touch upon Select, but Select's off to a flying start. I think those 2 products that we have launched, M9 and Cyberster, have been game changers. Our dealers are extremely happy, our customers are very happy. And the 4th product that we will bring this year will be a Select product. Okay. Which should also come in this financial year. So we are all geared up towards ensuring that these 3 upcoming products are a huge success, and would love to have you drive the car and give us your feedback.
All right, Anurag, thank you so much for taking time out and speaking to us. Thanks a lot.